Greetings. When we last left Sister Light, she had been carefully making her way through the deserted Deck 3 of Exile Station, trying to get to the med bay. And so far, she's had quite the easy time of it. Well, aside from a little bit of a mishap with an elevator shaft, but she's had quite an easy time of it otherwise. Went through the hydroponics farm, which is all dead now, of course. She's currently in the living the corridor with the living quarters. Let's move over there. There we are, living area. But one thing is bothering her. Where are the dead that sacked the station? She's seen no evidence. You would think in a living area there would be, with the places covered in corpses, there is nothing. So she gets a little nervous. And then there's a vibration that just, because there's no sound, there's no atmosphere here, so there's no noise. But she does get a vibration through her boots. Like something opened or fell and slammed into the floor with a reasonable enough, right, just enough force that it sent a vibration. You can feel that, and she can feel more of like hitting. Slam. Slam. And it is getting closer. Welcome to episode 4, Dead Reckoning. So the sister is picking up. She's been waylaid by a crisis. If you remember, trying to move from the living area to the research, continue her expedition, and that has been a miss. We said she was waylaid by a crisis. And what is that crisis? Well, sister can feel something slamming into the floors, walls. And seems like it's coming from this direction behind her. So I think her options are it's getting closer, right? It's getting closer. It's certainly getting closer. Um, so what she's gonna do, as dumb as this is for us, well, it's not that dumb actually. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide momentarily. Remember, this hallway is lined with these living pods, these little mini apartments, and she could easily duck into one and pull like the door closed and try to just see what is coming and maybe get the jump on it. So I'm going to say she's going to secure an advantage with and it's going to be it's not really deception, stealth, or trickery. It's literally just wit. She is going to, right? She looks around, she ducks into a door, closes it, and she's going to watch. So we're going to secure an advantage. Sure, plus wits. Strong hit. Take both. So she gets a +2 momentum, which she desperately needs, and a +1 to her next move. So the sister hears this slamming to the floors and walls. It's getting closer. She ducks into a living pod and closes the portal to peek out. Well, it's the two. It's Ilveni's men. Dead now from their fall, of course. And if not, killed by the vacuum and the lack of oxygen. But now they're walking dead. They're now children. Are we going to do the children of the dread pulsar walking corpses? So one of the guys is carrying one of the guys has his crowbar. That he was using to pull open the doors. The other, the slamming one, has a chunk of debris stuck into him. Now, neither of them are walking exactly. They're floating. Keep that in mind. They are floating. There's no gravity. So they are traversing the hallway by sort of just floating to a wall, grabbing on and pushing off, and that's how they are moving down. And the one guy with the debris, it just keeps smacking into walls or doors or so on, right? And just thud, thud, as he bounces from wall to ceiling to door, thudding. Makes a big metallic clang, but she can't hear it, but she can feel it. It does reverberate a bit through the plates on the deck. The deck. So there's two of them. So she does. So this is seeking it. This is gaining advantage. Strong hit, so she gets +2 momentum. And +1 to next move. So that's sort of cool. Okay, so what is Sister gonna do? They've passed her, and they are searching for her. They know, so whatever it is that drives them, they know she's here. They're not unaware. Here, we'll put these two. Right, so we got Sister Light is here, and the two Dread Walkers, whatever we want to call them, they're here as well. Does she want to try to enter the fray? This isn't super great. She's not a great fighter. This isn't really what she wants to be doing. But they are sort of in her way now, right? Because they have gone past her. Now, will they leave? Will they just leave? Will they So I'm presuming that they came out into the communal thing. There's a lot of places to crawl. There's a lot of pipes to grab onto there. So they could have easily traversed that room. Into the hallway is where they probably started thumping, to the living area where they started slamming into the ground. This curves around, but there's only really, you can only go to research. Is there any other way to go? So I think her choices are, so let's think about this. I think her choices are to, she starts a fight. And that could be any number of things, right? She could try to shoot them, or, hit the stab them, whatever. She could try to slam one of them into one of the pods to close it. And maybe she could trap him for a time being. Any of those are fine. She starts a fight. Another option would be to head back to see if there was indeed another way that she could find. And that would be, I assume, expedition-y. She would have to, right? Something's not on her map, or that, right? Or just a side route. And she has a map, so maybe she gets a little bonus to that. I don't know. And find a different way around. Another option would be to try to trap them in the communal, but she has to come back this way. Like there's no she it's not like I mean, she could avoid them for a brief period of time, but she does have to go back that way. So I don't think that's a good option. I think she's either fighting them or trying to find another way around. So she waits for them to pass. We're not gonna enter the fray just yet. We're gonna wait for them to pass. And then we are going to probably face danger, right? And she is moving with stealth in this case, which does suck a bit. And she is going to try to get back um, out of the living area and try to find a new way around. But she has to avoid them first. This is sort of a bad way to. So she's going to roll face danger with stealth. She does add one, but we don't get to add that. That sort of sucks. We're just going to go here with shadow. She does add one. She submits. Wow, she gets a strong hit. We didn't expect that at all, to be quite honest with you. She's strong. Hit that. She does get +1 momentum, so we're up to +5 now. And we'll say that she avoids these guys in the living area as they go past. She then slips out of the pod quietly, because it is quiet, because there's no sound. But she wants to not make any vibration either, just in case. And so she sort of gently she kicks the mag boots off and gently glides back down the corridor. Now these are rings, so I'm picturing the corridors are gently curved the entire way around. The outer wall, of course, leads to space and has maybe portals where you can look, observation portals or whatever. The inner wall is typically where all the stuff is happening. So she is gently working her way back, and we'll say that she succeeds and ends back in the communal hydroponics bay. So we have two ugly guys there, and we're back in the hydroponics bay. Obviously, we close the door there again. we need to look for a new way. So she's going to consult the map, and we are going to, is there another way? That's really the question we have here. And remember, it's a ring. It's pretty linear. So I'm a bit concerned that this is not going to work. Let's I mean, I think we're going to stay vigilant. We're going to do the expedition-y thing to try to find a new way around. So she's looking for, obviously, maintenance tunnels, right? Pipe conduits for all this plumbing, etc. That's what she's looking for. Wits are going to do her well here. She doesn't get a +1 anymore. So she is looking for essentially some kind of access tunnel that might allow her to bypass the living area. So let's make the roll. So we're going to wit this up. No plus this time. It's a weak hit. That means she does reach a waypoint, but this progress costs you choose one. She's not waylaid by a crisis. So she is going to. So, okay. So, first thing is weak hit, you reach a waypoint. What is this waypoint? I'm going to say there's an access tunnel of some sort. So let me grab that first. Give me one. So we've entered some kind of access tunnel, some kind of maintenance tunnel, right? So we are here. We're going to use the oracles to determine what we might find in here, maybe, right? So let's roll a D100. We'll get our magical D100 out here. Let's roll it. I did 43. So what's a 43 look like? A 43 is a makeshift barricade. Okay. And there's definitely going to be peril because we did a weak hit or move. So we have to get some kind of badness here. Or we could make a suffer move. Okay. So I'm gonna say okay, that's fine. So let's think about that. So we got give me 1 second here. So makeshift barricade. So this is a crawl space, right? This is a maintenance access tunnel. There's enough space to crawl through. The pipes run sort of parallel through, one of the walls, and you can pull the panels off to work on the piping and the wiring and so on. And as she's crawling through, then these are blocked off, like with pipes and wires have been sort of strung together, and pipes have been pulled out and jammed across the duct, and blocking her way is just this twisted thing of metal and wiring and plastic. The sections of the paneling have been taken off and rammed in there, and so someone stuck themselves, like we're trying to block something off from coming through this duct. So she, of course, is crawling, and so she can see this right with her headlamp, and so she is going to obviously disassemble as best as she can this thing. And I don't think we're going to face peril. I think we're going to make the suffer moves, right? And I think the suffer move is going to be lose momentum. I'm going to keep my momentum. I think we're going to say that um, in dismantling this, maybe one of these wires is carrying some emergency power still, right? And there's a spark, and this causes her to sort of pull back, and then she takes like one of these pipes comes falling down and sort of clips her in the neck and the shoulder. So actually, we're going to endure harm. 2 harm. -2. Serious harm. Smash. And so she's there, sort of, and, right? She slams into the rest of the barricade. Um, and I don't think, I mean, obviously it's not super serious in the sense that she's not dying, but she does for one moment, right? That little bit of little dizzy there from the blow and the shock. And so she backs away, gathers herself, and then I do think she's going to have to face danger with her wits. Keeping in mind she's a scavenger. I mean, shouldn't get any bonus to that, but in this case. But we are going to roll wit to face danger because because she is a scavenger. Like, she's going to use her expertise in her technical knowledge to go, okay, let me get that wire, clamp it off. And she has a small electric, so maybe she can tap cap those wires, use her voltmeter to make sure that the rest of the debris isn't live, kind of thing, right? And then dismantle this thing. Oh, she misses. Holy shit, that sucks. Okay. She misses. So we're going to face danger to dismantle this barricade. Makeshift barricade. Is weak hit. She suffers. Now faces danger. Using her, her scavenger. But it's a frickin' miss. Uh-oh. This is where it all goes to shit. On a miss, you fail. Momentary success is undermined by a dire turn of events. Pay the price. Dun 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 dun. Let's roll on the Oracle because that might be fun. I'm not sure what. I mean, she gets shocked again, and that would suck. Um, or we could tear the suit and reduce the integrity of the suit. I'm going to roll on this oracle here, this pay the price oracle for fun. Let's do it. 3. An individual or community you care about is exposed to danger. I'm going to roll one more time just in case, and we'll see if that makes more immediate sense. I have a vague idea for that. It's just a lot for right now. 53. A friend, companion, or ally is in harm's way, or you are if you're alone. Well, we sort of already know that. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that she does dismantle this thing. She does. But it does take an inordinate amount of time because whoever created this barricade did indeed wire it up as almost a trap, a booby trap kind of thing, right? So someone is so there's more, like if she tested, there's more electrical wiring. This thing is absolutely ready to shock whoever was going to tear through the barricade. Presumably the corpses, right? So she does use her expertise as a scavenger who knows her way around probably electricity and dangerous ship stuff, but it takes an inordinate amount of time. So she misses and pays the price. We roll on the oracle. And we're going to take an individual or community you care about is placed into danger. So what does that mean? That means that as she's doing this, the radio crackles on. It's Ilveni. Sister, how is it going down there? I'm making progress, but it is slow progress. Well, sister. You might want to consider fast progress. Might want to consider moving faster. The patrol cruisers, the patrol cruisers have shown up. So let's take a quick look. Real quick. The patrol cruisers have just crested like L4, we're going to say, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I know the planets aren't all in a line. That's sort of silly. That's a mistake sort of that I made. But they have crested L4 and they're going to be incoming in a couple hours, right? So the time has ticked down immediately. The patrol cruisers have shown up on radar scanners. Radar sounds too 50s. Scanner sounds futuristic. Rounded just out of the shadow of L4. They will be here in a matter of hours. So that puts us under a clock, right? So we're definitely going to clock up here. I don't know, do we have the ability to do clocks on this? Or vowels? No. We don't seem to have... Oh, we got a challenge. Vowels aren't a challenge. But the progress can be a challenge, right? Now we have a countdown. So there you go. So we have a countdown. I actually don't know that that's the right thing to use, but I don't mind 4. 4 sounds like a good number to have to deal with. So she has made her way through the access tunnel. And yeah, I think it looks like someone pulled up here and quote unquote lived here, right? So there is, beyond the barricade is a nest of sorts. Someone has a bedroll, a mattress, we'll say. They just got it out of the pods. Old food stuffs. A light. So yeah, so there's all the, you know, right, all like this is their little camp essentially. Are they here? Is their corpse here? Because if their corpse is here, we might still be fighting a goddamn corpse. Is their corpse here? Are they here? Or their corpse? Let's say that, oof, that, I mean, that's not unlikely, right? That seems likely that they might have just died here. So I'm going to say let's just give ourselves a reasonable chance. We'll just go 50-50. Either they're here or they're not here, right? 50-50. 1 through 6, no one's here. 7 through 12, something's here. On a D12. A D12 Oracle. I love the 3, no one's here. Okay. Okay. So the only problem I have, so okay, I can't do, I really can't do much in terms of searching through this place. They put me on a timer now, so I only have 4 moves, you know, to get to this med bay before the shit hits the fan. So, um, so I need to move on, like, because I was thinking, well, I can search here. Maybe there's a journal or something, or some notes, or some, right, some idea of what. But that's going to take time. I don't have time. We need to move. So she needs to just get a move on. So she just, we'll say that with, dismantling the first barricade was meant to be a trap. The second barricade was actually meant to be almost a door. And so she moves past that and continues the expedition. Expedition. Now she's moving at speed. So we're going to roll edge. Right? Because she didn't get to make. She does get the mark progress, I believe. Is that true? Weak hit. So she did get the mark progress, I think. Now we're not going to mark progress on that. She backtracked. This is not marking progress. She is. If she can get to here, maybe she marks progress. So we're going to move into the next spot. We're going to try again. We're going to roll edge and submit. She's going to miss again. Holy shit. Um, do not mark progress. Pay the price. I think we're just going to do the Oracle again because so she's going to get to the end of this maintenance tunnel or try to get. She is stressed. Okay. So you know what? Sure. Sure. She's going to endure stress. So she literally is crawling as fast as she possibly can, right? And maybe this, this it's not a duct, so she's not in duct work or anything. Um, but she just takes a moment, and because her heart's racing, right, and she is using oxygen up at a really shitty rate. And I'm gonna say does that eat one of her countdowns? So she has to rest. She has to sit. So that's going to be the price. She loses the spirit. She takes a countdown clock. She gets her breathing under control. Does the meditation that the Mother Superior taught her. Because again, the oxygen, right? She's down to 50% or something, right? Way lower than she should be at this juncture. She just didn't. She just did not anticipate how stressful and dangerous this was going to be. So she needs to get control of her emotions here, her stress response. So the penalty is going to be the time lost and the stress, the spirit loss. I'm going to. Wow. So I think so. What we're going to do is if we stay vigilant, we're going to get that extra +1, and that's great. But it will take us time. If we move at speed, then we can move. And if we do get a hit, we might not need to necessarily mark the countdown clock off, right? So that's sort of the trade off. I think we're going to vigilant once. We're going to use wits once. And that looks like a strong hit. So that's good. We reach a waypoint. So we're going to mark some progress. Unfortunately, we are going to use part of our countdown clock. We're up to 6, and we have moved into a production, which would make sense, right? So this is some sort of power slash water. This is the steam tunnel, right, where the furnaces are. It's the main place for where it's the main maintenance hub. This tunnel leads there. Presumably there's a tunnel on the other side of this, right? That kind of thing. And so she is now in this production zone. So let's check out what or could be engineering. I like that too. Both of those would sort of work for this. So let's take a quick look here. So production, I'm going to put production slash engineering. We don't know yet. And we're just going to roll, again, we're going to roll on some oracles here to see if we can. So I'm going to roll one on the engineering and one on production. And if one of them comes up clever, then I'm going to use it. So 96 in engineering, a new zone via access. No, that doesn't work. 10, an engine room or power core. That might work. And we'll go to production and we'll roll on production. 35, an exosuit bay. No. I'm going to say this is an engine room. Like a power plant. Power, pump, and pump station. Okay, that's cool. That's good. So she did get a strong hit. She did get the mark thing. Her countdown clock did indeed tick. So we are, hold on. So we are trying to let's see. So we are envisioning the location. We marked progress. So humming machinery. Some of it is still going. Some of it is like the pump is dried out, and so it's probably, uh, uh you know, there's probably a lot of dead machinery here. I would say that maybe there's a couple generators that are running the emergency power, and those are absolutely going still. And let's get a feature. Since we're in a power plant, let's grab a feature here. 84. Oh, I just closed the damn book. Son of a bitch. Dummy. Um, okay, Windows, you could not do that. So we're in engineering. We're looking up a feature, and we rolled an 84 for a feature. Unstable or failing power core. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, it's a peril. I'm sorry. No. We just want a feature. Utility bots. Hmm. One more, just in case there's something that smells better for this. 41. Jury rigged equipment. That probably makes more sense, right? This whole place is a little bit of a mess. I am going to mark progress on the vow too, since we have, we've reached a new place closer to our goal. All right, give me a second. So we have, so we're in the we're coming at, so we are peeking out of, right, because we got to push open this access tunnel little portal. So we're gonna peek out, try to see what we can see. We can hear the equipment, see the jury rigged equipment. We can hear the thrumming of the one or two generators, which is still producing power for the emergency power. Um, is there anyone in here, or is there any evidence of, corpses? Was there a fight? Did people, right? The guy presumably barricaded his way in, but this was his way out of his little barricade. Let's roll just a d12. Now, mind you, this is a strong hit. Theoretically, there's no peril in this room for me, really, but there are corpses somewhere in this damn place. Are any of them in this power or pump station or not? So let's say that 50-50, let's say 1 to 6, it is empty of, right? It is just, so someone was keeping this place together even after the fact. That seems to be true. The jury rigged equipment tells me that someone was here. Um, Again, 1 through 6, no one here. 7 through 12, someone was, right? Something's here. 11. So that is the case. I'm going to say, on a super whim, on a 1 in 12. So we'll say a 12. If I roll a 12 on this next roll, it's a human. It's a person. There is a person here who's somehow managed to continue. Otherwise, there's just evidence. No, there is not. So, not a person. Um, Corpses then, because it's not a live person. So, are the corpses walking? Is it The Walking Dead, or, right or not? So, we're going to say on a 1 to 4, they're just corpses and they're just dead, as far as we know. And 5 and up, right? 5. So there are Walking Dead here in this. What are their conditions? We'll say that 12 is good for me. 1 is shitty for me. So on a 1, they're perfectly fine. And there's a few of them. On a 12, 9. Okay. Okay. So we're here coming from the access chamber. The dead are here. I'm going to say just roll a d4. There are two. Uh, but they're in fairly poor shape. Let's say that one of them, so two walking corpses are here. One of them, essentially, we'll say mostly, like the legs are destroyed, probably by one of the machines or by something falling on him, right? So one of them had some machinery fall onto him, and his legs are destroyed. So he is currently, remember, no gravity, so that's not necessarily a thing. But he is currently, well, and then the other is just suspended just above the ground and just out of reach of any handholds or any way to push off. So he is floating. So we'll put floating. And this one is crawling, essentially, right? No legs. So these two do pose a little bit of danger. It's not as much as the other two who are a little more intact. The floating one is intact. And he is, let's put him in a position. So 1 through 12. 12 is directly in the way kind of thing. 1. So he is floating off in the opposite corner of the room, and I need to get to here. No legs is in the way. He is essentially clutching to he is clutching to several barrels, crates and barrels in storage, probably fuel for some of these generators or something, right? And he is clutched to them, looking around, almost anticipating, almost like he knows I'm here but can't quite place me. So I'm looking out of this access portal here, right? The floating one I feel is no problem. Can't reach me. I'm not going to get within arm's reach of it. The no legs guy is going to be an issue because I've got to walk right past this dude to get out. I'm gonna move the. I'm sorry. Oops, no, hit control. I'm gonna move the whole shebang here. Here we go. No, I'm gonna move the whole. I'm gonna move the whole shebang to here. There we go. Okay. So what are we gonna do? So I think the sister is going to. She is absolutely going to. I think enter the fray, or maybe just maybe. Let's look at the moves we have. We currently have a momentary advantage, right? We don't have. We could secure an advantage. So she opens the portal just enough. She pulls the blaster. She takes aim. Now she's been in marksman practice, right? She's not been in many combat situations really, but she has certainly been at the practice range like quite a bit. So she's just focusing there and trying, right? Maintain that control the breath, blah blah blah, right? She aims. She's going to use wits to try to secure an advantage. Um, okay. Sister opens the tunnel, the portal, takes careful aim, channels her marksman practice to secure an advantage. Plus wits. Okay, so she's going to plus wits this thing. Roll with expertise, focus, and so on. Submit. She gets a strong hit. So she takes +2 momentum. That brings it to +7. +1 on her next move. So now we're going to enter the fray. So we are indeed going to enter the fray. We are going to shoot this thing. Um, None of these quite work. I suppose it's technically plus shadow, really, which sort of sucks. Um, but that's fine. That's fine. So we are going to, we do need another one of these. And it is defeat the walking corpse in our way. I'm going to say it's troublesome. We do have the advantage here for sure. Done. So we're going to enter the fray. It's shadow, I suppose, unfortunately. Submit. We do get a +1. Submit. We miss with a match. The fight begins with you in a bad spot. So we took our moment to aim. Unfortunately, this thing was somehow well aware of us even before, and it uses its arms to just lurch off of the barrels, and so we miss entirely, and that thing pushes up and then back down at us with surprising agility. Um, so we're going to react under fire as he essentially lunges toward us through the no gravity. So we're gonna dodge and try to essentially have him slam. So we're gonna pull back into the portal and try to have him slam into the door. Strong hit. We succeed. We are in control. +1 momentum. Did we lose momentum for entering the fray? No, we just, yeah, done. So we succeed. We're now in control. He slams off of the door, stunning him a bit, and he bounces off, and he's sort of floating just above the ground, scrabbling at the ground, trying to get purchase. And we have a moment where, so we do step out. Now the other one is twisting and trying to find, he's up in the corner. No Legs is sort of floating just above the ground next to us. We are going to strike blaster, right? I mean, he's close range, but we are absolutely going to try to shoot him. We would like to use this, like I said, right now he has nothing to grab onto, and probably as long as we're in control, he probably doesn't find anything. So we're going to strike. We're going to use edge, of course. Miss with a goddamn match. We are in a bad spot. Must pay the price. That is the worst possible roll. It's like, that's a 1 in 100 shit roll right there. Okay. Okay. So what happens? The fight turns against me. We got to pay the price. So we're paying some price, obviously. I mean, this is. We're gonna roll. I mean, it's fun to roll on this table. To be quite honest, it's fun to roll on this too. 59. Your equipment or vehicle malfunction. Okay, that works actually. I tell you what. So that does work. Um, so, so I step up to shoot. Sister Light steps up to shoot. You know, she gets just the tiniest bit too close. And this thing manages to scrabble around enough, swing its arm, knocks her feet out from under her, and she is literally rotating. But that stops. because she is smacks her head on the bulkhead on the wall there. Hold on, I gotta write this. So my head, she tumbles, slams her head against the wall. The helmet takes the brunt of the impact, so she takes no damage, but the headlamp is indeed destroyed. So she can't see. There's only the very, very shadowy emergency lights. So everything gets very dark right now. And then all of a sudden, I mean, presume because she's not in control anymore, I assume, because she's totally missed, right? So strike is fight goes against you. Yeah, bad spot. So now she's in a bad spot, and this thing is on top of her. So literally, she loses her light, but now it's like right on her face, right? It gets dark. That looks like she is going to clash. It's got to be iron, which sucks. Yeah, she's going to miss this shit, is what's going to happen. Burn momentum, weak hit. Or she misses. That is a shitty way to burn momentum. She is going to burn momentum, take a weak hit. So we're going to burn it. Burn. Um, Now, give me 1 second. I gotta look the rules up. Okay. Yeah, she's still max 10 reset 2. Done. So we're gonna burn momentum. We're gonna take a weak hit. We do mark progress in this stupid fight. Jeez, oh man. We do get to mark progress, but we do take a counter hit. So we are back to so what do we have here? Counter hit. Moves. She must pay the price. Sure. I'm gonna keep rolling, right? 76. You are harmed. Okay, well, she is harmed. There you go. That hurts. That hurts. That ain't good. So she stabs him with the cutlass. She draws the cutlass, right? The blaster sort of skitters out of her reach. Or does she still have it? I think she still has it. Um, she cuts at him. He smashes at her. We are still in a bad way, though. Yeah, this sort of sucks. I'm going to I'm going to. She needs this thing off of her. I'm going to. The cutlass has to go. So we're hoping we can find it again and it doesn't just go some random. So we're going to push the cutlass away and it's going to float away. I'm going to take the grapple gun and just this thing's like on her, this legless, right? And it's like trying to smash through her visor or whatever. Take the grapple gun and just put it up and thump it and hope that it thumps this thing off of her. So that's going to clash, but I'll let her roll edge because it's a different. She's not just smacking at it, right? So we're going to roll edge. A weak hit. On a weak hit, you mark progress, but her delta counter blow or a setback. We're still in a bad spot. I think it smacks it in the chin, but bounces off. It doesn't move the thing off of us like we expected it to. Wasn't quite a strong enough hit. We should have maybe went for the chest, that kind of thing, right? And it's going to make us pay the price. $87. We are stressed. It doesn't strike us, but instead just puts its face against the visor, directly up against the glass, and screams. And we hear it because it's reverberating through the suit. And she freezes, like her blood goes dead cold. I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna say that was 2. That was good. That was a good one. I feel bad because she's losing this fight. she is. She might be a little broken. She is losing this fight. Um. I mean, she has to. So the cutlass is gone. She has the blaster still in her left hand. This thing is pressed its face up against the visor and it is screeching at her. And I truly think she just wants to get it off of her. I think she just has to clash, and I mean, at this point, I don't know. I took the grapple gun and I shot it. The grapple bounced off. Okay, it bounced off. Went to the ceiling, right? It's probably up at the ceiling. So it's attached to something. D12, is it attached to something, right? Right? Is it attached to something like the ceiling? Is it which is 11? So it's actually fairly far away. So it was laying on me. She shot it and it went up there. Yeah, it's attached to some like walkway or catwalk that oversees this thing, right? So I tell you what she is going to do. This gives her maybe a little bit of a thing. I am going to. I am going to take the gun. It is screaming. I'm going to wrap the grapple device around this thing as best I can, like around its neck or around its torso, and then turn on the pull system, the system, like wrap it around, and then have it start trying to pull up. So this thing maybe pulls away, gets pulled away from me a bit. To get it off of me. We're going to react under fire with wit. I think that's good, and we miss. We miss. We're in a bad situation and must pay the price. So we're dying here. It's what I mean, I just can't roll to save my life at this point. I mean, I will keep rolling D100s on here. 18. You face the consequences of an earlier choice. I have no idea what that means at this point. We'll just roll again right at this juncture. You're separated from something or someone. I mean, our shit is falling apart. The gun. Um, hmm. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna think. Actually, I do know. That's pretty easy, right? So again, this thing. So the magnet thing, right? The magnetic thing didn't work. It came loose and just the gun like flies up into the grapple flies up to the walkway. This thing slams me again to the right, slams me, in the head again. The radio is broken. I mean, I'm running out of options here, frankly. Um, I don't have a lot going for me. If I'm to be honest, I tried to think of I tried to think of things to do. I don't have much else to do. I think we are going to we have to clash and hope for the best, kind of. I mean, we'll push it, do our best to push it off of us. I think that's still rolling iron, unfortunately. Push it off and shoot it. Still iron. So I'm not super jazzed about that. We do find we get a strong hit. Mark progress, overwhelm your foe, put yourself in control. So I think with the grapple gun gone, the cutlass gone, the radio broken, the headlamp broken, she's hurt. She is terrified. She pushes this thing away, shoots it, doesn't quite get the ending right, but it again spins away. And so she manages to stand up, and we're going to try to conclude this. And she strong strikes it, and done. I'm exhausted. Let alone the poor dear sister. This thing is done. Defeat the walking corpse in our way, and the other one is still right. I mean, you can't hear him. But I do picture that she probably just throws him back. The thing smacks into like one of the generators or whatnot, and then she will absolutely kill it. She does get +1 momentum. And she is, yeah, I mean, and we're done with the fight. She will get the grapple gun and the cutlass back, I assume. How about on a 1 on each of those? No. So she gets the gear back. She has lost the radio and she's lost the headlamp. Oh, that ain't good. That's not good. Not good. So sister does win the fight. But down to 2 health, 2 stress, or whatever it is. What is that called? Spirit. Down to 2 health and 2 spirit. Headlamp is and radio in back suit are broken. So he's gone for good, though, so we can just get rid of him. So she's not in a good way. She takes a moment to catch her breath. Uh, assesses sort of the damage. The suit is still okay. It's still integrity 2. We're gonna say that this thing more bashed her and battered her. So, and she's bruised up pretty bad. And she might even be able to feel the tiniest trickle of blood from the back of her head where she took the hit. But she is still mobile and not in debilitating pain, just a bit of pain kind of thing. So she is able to move, but she is a little worse for the wear and still has to rush and get her crap moving here and now she can't even talk. She don't even know how much time is left. But that, I think, is where we're going to leave this. That's where we're going to leave this. Obviously, she's going to make her way through and try to see if she can't get to here. Maybe even bypass the research. Maybe there's another access tunnel with some, but that's a different story. That'll be next time. Thank you for watching episode 4. The dead did indeed have their reckoning. Please like and subscribe. If you like the Starforged stuff, tell me. Comments help. If I'm doing it wrong, tell me. Comments help. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I will see you later on.